Binary classification is a useless rhetorical strategy, a lazy and intellectually dishonest way to automatically frame an argument in favor of whatever it is the arguer is for. By which I mean to say that any statement that starts with, "there are two kinds of X," is being spoken by a person who is 100% full of shit, guaranteed. But I am nothing if not full of shit, and I often do say that there are essentially two kinds of sandwiches. The first kind, the one that is perhaps more common, and certainly more properly referred to by the term sandwich, is ingredient focused. Like the proverbial Earl himself asking for sliced bread to hold his salt beef with. With this type of sandwich, the bread is an afterthought, a mere handle for navigating something tasty to one's mouth. The other kind of sandwich starts with the bread. A great bread, perhaps. A unique bread, maybe. Certainly an interesting bread at the least. And adorns it with beautiful and delicious things. Such a sandwich is often, but not always, named after the bread it's served in, like a German Brötchen, a Maltese fatira, or the Bocket of Guadeloupe. Lately, I have been working with a particular type of flatbread, made from a dough that includes cooked mashed sweet potato. It originates from the Portuguese island of Madeira, and it's called Bolo do Caco. Some people have compared it to a larger, fluffier English muffin, and since my version included a little bit of sourdough discard, the flavor did reinforce that similarity a bit. Bolo do Caco is commonly served alongside the island's soups or stews, or spread with a garlicky and herby compound butter and made into a garlic bread. I've also seen many a photo of street food vendors selling bolo de caco that have been wrapped around Portuguese chorizo before baking, making them into a type of sausage roll. I myself have made them into a delicious sandwich featuring a similar sausage called linguiça, along with grilled onions and an alpine cheese. When people think of Portuguese sandwiches, the one that most frequently seems to get mentioned is the francesinha, that massive, unwieldy, yet unbelievably delicious Portuguese variant of the French croque-monsieur. But that particular sandwich wouldn't lend itself well to this bread. Let us instead look to the classic bifana, a simple sandwich of thin pork cutlets marinated in white wine and garlic, and pan-fried until tender. Usually these are served in the crusty and football-shaped Portuguese roll known as papo seco, with peri-peri sauce and mustard. Today, though, our bifana will lie a bit flatter. The sandwich that seems to be most mentioned in reference to this bread is the even simpler prego. Prego means nail in Portuguese, and for this sandwich, nails of garlic are hammered into thin sirloin steaks before they are browned in a griddle and served hot and fresh in bread. In Lisbon, these sandwiches are not the main course, served as dessert after a meal of shellfish. But on Madeira, in these wide flatbreads, they become the focus. But with a thin flatbread such as bolo do caco, when the sandwich has a much higher ratio of filling to bread, can we really consider this sandwich to be one of the latter types, the bread-focused sandwiches, even if it is named after this bread bolo do caco? I'm sure glad I started this video with the disclaimer that